Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Megalo box. And I know I'm saying it every time. This episode was amazing. Also, we have a lot of stuff to go through with what happened this episode. Finally, some heart-to-heart talk between Sachio and Joe. Also, a lot of company discussion, so to say, with Yukio, Roscoe, Mac and Joe. The fight is being started, so to say. And that cliffhanger has me worried. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, throughout this entire episode, especially at the beginning, full on promotion with the Joe versus Mac fight, just to make Joe a bit accept for it. But before we get to what happened with Joe going through his emotions, dealing with a lot of stuff before deciding to accept the fight, we have Yukiko and or Yukio talking with the board of the company about Sakuma. His timing with choosing that match is very good. She wanted, I was a bit surprised, she actually made the choice to dissolve the deal they had, the partnership with Roscoe, but she really couldn't do it because the board was against it. They were gonna lose like about 50% of their value, and one guy over there kind of told her, you didn't want us to have our gears be used by military, you wanted us to go into medical field, now you want us to lose this also. We lost so much with not being able to get that military contract. So yeah, her hands are tied, even in her own words. But I gotta say, I'm proud that she even at least tried to do that. She's still gonna investigate. They want more proof. We know that the data they're getting from Roscoe is doctored. They have no idea so far. I really hope they're gonna fully discover it. But yeah, the board is not doesn't care, so to say, about the paper that her brother did, and I'll get to him also. I don't know, it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen. We know the fight is probably gonna happen, that's gonna be the end of the series, but I'm also very curious about the company side. Now we have Sakuma's assistant, the girl, going to talk to Mikio to take down the paper, kinda do a retraction in a way, sort of to pressure him, since they were also big donors on the university. And I like how he handled the situation. He even remembered her because apparently she used to be one of his students, and she was kind of a bit idealistic when she was younger, saying that everything breaks. What matters is what you do after. But now she says, I see how the world really works. So I don't know, hopefully she's gonna come back on the right path a bit, because I kinda like her. She's also in a tough spot with what boss she has now, but it's gonna be more interesting if she kind of goes to work for Mikio. I'd love to see that, but who knows. I just want Sakuma to get what he deserves, and hopefully that is gonna happen. Now we have Joe running into Mac while they were both visiting Liu. I like Mac, quite a honorable guy going in to visit Liu. He knows what happened in the ring, He didn't mean to hurt him like that. He also has that Mac time where he blacked out, but he's still feeling very, very guilty. Now we also find out from him that his son, Miguel, had a serious disease, called him a miracle kid. We don't have the full details. I'm still very curious about that, and especially about his scar and that hummingbird. They even zoomed in onto it, and I'm so curious. I don't know, is Mac actually Chief's son? Could his son be, I don't know, is he too young? I have so many questions about the connection to Chief, so many theories. I would love to know what you guys think about it. Maybe I'm missing something very important, especially with the hummingbird, but there has to be something there with Chief, and you can feel even throughout this episode his influence, Chief's influence, especially on Joe. Man, I still miss him, and I still got emotional this episode. Even Joe thinking about Chief. Now we have another conversation with Liu and Joe. Liu wants Joe to take the fight, but for him also, as in for Joe to do it for himself, proving yourself, the theme throughout this episode, honestly. But he also warns him to be very careful about Mac time. He sensed something even during that match. Something was off, and he's a very dangerous fighter. I'm gonna be excited, curious, and worried how Joe is gonna handle Mac time, so to say. But you can bet your ass it's gonna be a very, very good fight. Also have another flashback before the fight between Joe and Liu when he decided to take that fight with Nambu, and Nambu was so weakened in that state. Yeah, cancer is not a joke, and I like how deeply they went into this season, showing a lot of serious stuff, drug abuse, addiction, drug abuse, the repercussion to that, and I'll talk about that at the cliffhanger. But yeah, Nambu told him, fight for yourself also, be selfish. And even Aragaki and Joe conversation was really good. Aragaki told him, you didn't take that fight for the medical bills, you wanted to prove yourself. Yeah, that's true. Being selfish throughout this episode was a lot of the theme, and proving yourself. And Joe admitting, finally coming to terms with his feeling, everything that happened, regretting his choice of leaving. He should have stayed, and I'll talk more about that when we get to the part with him and Sachio. And even remembering Chief here again, you'll always be our champion. Even saying that Mac reminds him of Chief, so there has to be something there. I can't place my finger on it. Mac being Chief's son, Miguel being Chief's son, was he adopted by Mac? I don't know, I have so many questions seriously going through my mind. I have no idea. Hopefully we're gonna get a concrete answer, so to say, because this season of Megalobox has just been a work of art, honestly. The art style, the music, don't even get me started on the music, the fights, dealing with serious stuff. But let's get back into the episode. I could ramble on and on about how much I love the series so far. And we finally have an official offer from Roscoe for the fight. Santa brought it to Joe, and apparently it's through Jimmy's gym over there with Yuri also. And the match is gonna be in 2 months, exhibition match. Yuri was kind of against it at the beginning, telling him not to take the fight because you're no match against Mac. But Joe, being honest with himself and with everybody else, I like that quite a lot, deciding to take the fight for himself, proving yourself also, being selfish. You need that from time. Oh yes, help others and everything, but you also need to do stuff for you, not just for somebody else, even if it's selfish. Now the kids were also happy about it. Ochio still kind of on the reserve, so to say. Sachio still has his anger issues, so to say. Was very angry at the world, at Joe, but most importantly at himself, honestly. And I'll talk more about that. But Yuri and Liu also had a nice conversation, so to say, another heart to heart. And I liked Liu quite a lot, man. Even on the hospital bed, you can feel how much pressure he has, so to say, when he gets serious over there. Liu has been awesome, also telling Yuri, I didn't choose, you didn't choose me, I chose you. And we see the flashback of Liu going to Yuri for training. Man, that felt so good. I really hope we're gonna see Liu getting back on his feet and back in the ring. More importantly, I love a season 3 focused on Liu, because why not? This world, the way they're going about it, is so good. I really hope we're gonna have more Megalobox at some point, because damn, season 2 has just been great. And Liu wants Yuri to be at Joe's side. Imagine them coming back together, the perfect team. Yuri as his second. Ooh, things are heating up so freaking good. But yeah, now it's time to deal with Sachio, and we have Sachio and Fujimaki talking about winning fights. And I liked Fujimaki, and I gotta give him credit for what he did this episode, telling him, hey, if you want money, I can give you money right now. No worries, but you're gonna spend your life fighting fixed matches for me. Do fixed matches until you die. And before he can give an answer, we have Joe and Aragaki coming in to talk, wanting Sachio to be there. Aragaki telling Sachio to forge your own path, be selfish also, focus on you also. And we have them getting in the ring, and I feel like they needed this, both of them, to let it out, Joe versus Sachio, and they make a bet. If Joe wins, Sachio has to leave the ring. If Sachio wins, Joe has to leave home, as in Team Nowhere, the thing they've been rebuilding. And Joe just destroyed Sachio, honestly. We saw that coming, let's be honest. Sachio is not a fighter, he's not cut out for boxing. A lot of characters have said it. But this was more cathartic, so to say. It wasn't about who was winning, losing the fight. And they kind of resolved their issues in a way through fist. And I feel like that was the best thing for both of them. Being selfish, doing this for me. Joe being honest, admitting and telling Sachio, it wasn't your fault, you didn't drove me away, I made that choice, taking responsibility, admitting that he was the one that made the choice to leave. Even though Sachio drove him away, he didn't force him, and they both needed us. It's not your fault, Sachio, I chose this. And like I said, Sachio has been hating himself quite a lot for everything, even telling him, why did you leave us, Joe? And I knew it. Sachio charging at Joe, and they hug it out. Honestly, that moment was so good for both of them. They needed it. Probably Sachio a lot more than Joe, but both of them needed it. And like I said, Fujimaki played a very important role into this. Pushed Sachio to this point with that question, kind of putting one out for Nambu. Helped in his own way. Hey Nambu, I did it for you also. Even with everything that happened back in season 1, Fujimaki still has some honor, so to say. But the cliffhanger, and this is where I'm very worried. I don't know if it's because of the drugs, is it something else, because of all of the fighting, some other thing I'm not thinking about right now. Joe started trembling again, headaches, and just collapses down, and that's where the episode ends. I hope he's gonna be okay, and I also hope he's gonna be able to take the fight. Could it be repercussion from the drugs? Could it be something else? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's from the drugs, the painkiller he kept taking, kind of coming in, biting him in the ass now, but I don't know. I'm scared. I wanna know. I hope he's gonna be okay, because we need that fight. We know it's gonna happen, but is he gonna be at an even bigger disadvantage right now? I honestly don't know. Why did this have to happen? Come on, we're so close. I think we have 2 or 3 episodes left, honestly. Slipping my mind if it's 12 or 13 episodes this season. But yeah, so far I'm loving the series. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode and what do you think happened with Joe. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. And I can't wait for the fight. Keep enjoying Megalo Box. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.